Round 16 Mathematics Challenge. There's 4 columns. First is x as recurring decimal. Second is write out multiples of x. Third is subtract. And lastly, x as a fraction. So the first column, x as recurring decimal, is the question, followed by the working and the subtract working, and the lastly is the answer. And there's an example given for question 1. So x equals to 0.7 and a dot above, which represent the recurring decimal. So the 7 is a recurring decimal. And then write out multiples of the x, which x is 0.7 and a dot above. Then you need to see how many need to multiply by the decimal places. If there is one decimal place, you times 10. Like 2, you can times 100. So this has one decimal places only. So times 10, you times 10. Times 10, you move the decimal places one space to backwards. So equals to 7.7. Because it is recurring, so the decimal will also recurring, which you will write here, 7.7 and the dot above, recurring decimal. Then the next one, the bottom box, we have x equals to 0.7 and recurring decimal equals to 0.777. So to do this, subtract 10x minus x equals to 7.7 and a dot above minus 0.7 and a dot above. So you can cross out the decimal places, which is equal to 7. So you will get x equals to 7 divided by 9. Also, it's a fraction. You write a fraction, 7 out of 9. Now question 2, x equals to 0.2 and a dot above. It has one decimal place, so move one step backwards, equals to 2.2 and recurring decimal. So right here, then you need to minus the backward, this recurring decimal, which you will need to get a number which is also have a 2 recurring decimal. So x will be the number which x equals to 0.2 recurring decimal. So 10x minus x equals to 9x. 2.2 recurring decimal minus 0.2 recurring decimal. Cross out the decimal place equals to 2. So x equals to 2 divided by 9, also known as 2 out of 9. Now going to question 3. X equals to 0.35 recurring decimal. It has 2 dots here, so meaning that 2 of it is also recurring, repeating. And also here have 2 decimal places, so we times 100. Times 100, move 2 steps backward, equals to 35.35 recurring decimal. Always remember that the recurring decimal could only draw 2 dots above. If there's 3 recurring decimal, write at the first recurring decimal and the last recurring decimal as question 6. And now it has 2 decimal places, so times 100, which equals to 35.35 recurring decimal. Then we'll need to minus this, the recurring decimal. So you can minus x directly because x has also the recurring decimal same as 100x. So you cross out the same recurring decimal, you get 35. 100x minus x equals to 99x, and then equals to 35. So x equals to 35 out of 99. Now question 4, x equals to 0.41. Same thing, it has two recurring decimals, so also times 100, because it has two decimal places, move two steps backward, equals to 41.41 recurring decimal. And then also the decimal place. So 100x minus x equals to 99x, 41.41 recurring decimal minus 0.41 recurring decimal equals to 41. So x equals to 41 out of 99. Question 5, x equals to 0.27. Also the same thing. Two decimal places, two recurring decimal, times 100, move two steps backwards, equals to 27.27 recurring decimal. Also x, the decimal, minus 100x minus x equals to 99x, 37.27 recurring decimal minus 0.27 recurring decimal, you will get 27. So x equals to 27 out of 99. But remember to simplify it, which you divide by 9, you will get 27 divided by 9, you will get 3. 99 divided by 9, you will get 11. So the final answer will be 3 out of 11. If you didn't simplify your answer will be wrong. Now question 6, x equals to 0.613 recurring decimal. Because there could only write two dots on the recurring decimal, so write at the first number and the last number that is repeated. So for this question, the recurring decimal will be like this: 0.613, repeat from 6. 1, although did not write the dot, but also need to repeat it because it's in the middle. So 0.613613. Because it has 3 decimal places, so we times 1000, which you move 3 steps backwards to become 613.613 recurring decimal. If you write more than 2 dots, you are wrong. For this question, you must write 2 dots at the 6th place and 3 place. And then you will need to minus the decimal. So 613, the number will be x, which is equal to 0.613 recurring decimal. So 1000x minus x equals to 999x, and 613.613 recurring decimal minus 0.613 recurring decimal, cross out the decimal, which is same, we'll get 613. X equals to 613 over 999. This cannot be simplified, so you could just leave like this. Now question 7, x equals to 0.02. The dot that represents recurring decimal only has only left on top of 2, so the recurring decimal would be like this: 0.02 2 2 2. Continue repeating the 2 only, not repeating the 1. No, not repeating the 0. So 2 decimal places times 100, move 2 steps backwards, equals to 2.2 recurring decimal. Is this? So, but you need to minus this to clear off the decimal, the recurring decimal. So definitely you cannot minus by x because x have 0, 2. It's not 2 only. So you can just times 10, move 1 decimal places forward, become 0.2 recurring decimal. So times 10 equals to 0.2 recurring decimal. Then the decimal places will be the same. You can cross out now. 100x minus 10x equals to 90x. 2.2 recurring decimal minus 0.2 recurring decimal, you will get 2. Remember not to minus wrong the 100x and 10x because most of the people will do this silly mistake. So when 90x equals to 2, so x will be equals to 2 out of 90. Then simplify the answer, divide by 2 equals to 1 out of 45. Now the next question. Question 8, x equals to 0.143. The dot only left at 4 and 3, so the recurring decimal will be like this. 0.14343, repeating only the number 43. Here got 3 decimal places, so times 1000. 3 steps backwards equals to 143.43. You cannot repeat the number 1 because it is not recurring. And then the decimal will be 43 recurring decimal. So you will need to make another number that has the recurring decimal, the decimal places with 43 recurring. So to do this, we will times 10. Move 1 step forward equals to 1.43 recurring decimal. And then the decimal will be the same. So we can cross it out. When you cross out the decimal, it will become 143 minus 1. And then, so 1000x minus 10x equals to 990x. Then 143.43 recurring decimal minus 1.43 recurring decimal. The recurring decimal, you can cross it out. And 143 minus 1 equals to 142. So x equal to 142 out of 990. So simplify it, divide it by 2 equals to 71 out of 495. Question 9. 0.932 and a dot on top of 2, meaning 2 will be repeating and 9 and 3 will not. So equals to 0.93222, repeating 2 only. So there's 3 decimal places. Move 3 steps times 1000 and move 3 steps will become 932.2 recurring decimal. And then, so you will find a number that has a recurring decimal, the decimal place, that is 2 recurring. So will be 100, which you move 2 steps, will become 93.2 recurring decimal. So when 1000x minus 100x, you will get 900x. And then 1000x equals to 932.2 recurring decimal. And 100x equals to 93.2 recurring decimal. Cross out the recurring decimal, minus it. 932 minus 93 equals to 839. So x will equals to 839 out of 900. It cannot be simplified, so it will be the final answer. Question 10, x equals to 0.932 dot on top of 3 and 2. So it will be 0.93232, repeating the decimal 32 only. So 3 decimal place times 1000, move 3 steps backwards, equals to 932.32 recurring decimal. And then you will need to find a number which has 32 the recurring decimal. So we will times 10, move 1 step backwards, equals to 9.32 recurring decimal. So 1000x minus 10x equals to 990x. Then 1000x is 932.32 recurring decimal. 10x is 9.32 recurring decimal. Cross out the recurring decimal, which is C. 932 minus 9 equals to 923. So x equals to 923 out of 990. It cannot be simplified. Last question. X equals to 0.005 and a dot representing recurring on top of the second decimal places and the third decimal places, which equals to 0.00505. Continue only repeating 0 and 5. So there's 3 decimal places, so times 1000x equal, move 3 steps backwards equals to 5. Because the 0 is representing nothing, so 5.05, because 0 is also recurring, which is repeating. And remember to put the dot on top. Now you need to find a number that has decimal places of 0.5 repeating, recurring. So it will be 10x, move 1 step backwards, equals to 0.05 recurring decimal. So the recurring decimal is the same. You can cross out now. 1000x minus 10x equals to 990x. 5.05 recurring decimal minus 0.05 recurring decimal. Cross out the recurring decimal. 5 minus 0 equals to 5. So x equals to 5 out of 990. Divide by 5 to simplify. 5 divide 5 equals to 1. 990 divided by 5 equals to 198. The final answer will be 1 and 198.